All right, what's going on, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to the KC Sports Report. As always, I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down two of the best left tackles that are currently still on the market. So, the Chiefs are in dire need of a left tackle ever since we released Eric Fisher. We don't have anybody on this roster that can be a starting left tackle on opening day. So, a lot of Chiefs fans think that the Chiefs are going to address this need in the draft, or maybe pick up somebody in free agency. But right now, since Trent Williams is gone, there's slim pickings, and I think that the draft has a lot of good options for tackle, but do you really want a starting left tackle just coming out of the draft, a rookie, a young guy that has never played an NFL snap to protect the best quarterback in the NFL and Patrick Mahomes? Do you want that? I don't know if I do. So for this video, I picked out two separate options that are viable options for the Chiefs to possibly go out and sign in free agency to get their left tackle for opening day. So the first guy that I have picked out is Russell Okung, and this guy has been rumored to the Chiefs for a while now. In fact, when you search his name up, it says the Chiefs have checked in quotes, on Russell Okung. He's a starting left tackle, but the problem is he really is not a healthy guy right now. Last year, and I have some numbers to compare, so stick with me. Last year, he played 406 snaps, which was tied for 71st in the league, gave up 4 penalties, and allowed 3 sacks. Those are not good numbers. For comparison, Eric Fisher, who played 1,049 snaps, he gave up 3 penalties and only allowed 3 sacks as well. So going off of the numbers that Russell Okung put up last year, it's not good. It's not good at all. Part of that's injury. I understand that. He's getting older. He's 32 years old, but the problem is that's not good. And I honestly think that you'd have a better option of getting somebody in the draft that's not as bad as that. And so could the Chiefs get Okung for a cheap price? Probably. But I don't think that he's a good option. And I wouldn't be necessarily against getting him, but I just don't think that he can start on this team and expect him to play a full 16 games. He has not played a full 16 games in a few years now. Last year with the Carolina Panthers, I can't remember exactly how many games he played. I think it was like 7 or something like that. But only playing 400 snaps in 7 games and giving up the amount of sacks and penalties that he did, it's not exactly encouraging. So I personally would not go after Russell Okung. I just don't think that he's the right option. But the next guy that I have picked out, I think would be a great option. And that guy is Alejandro Villanueva. And he is a Steelers left tackle, or former Steelers left tackle. And he's been a guy that has been one of the best left tackles in the game for a while now. He's 32 years old as well, but I actually compared his stats to Eric Fisher as well. So Eric Fisher, as I said, played about 1,049 snaps, gave up 3 penalties as well as 3 sacks. Last year, Alejandro Villanueva played about, give or take, about 40, 50 more snaps. So he played 1,098 snaps, gave up 4 penalties, and allowed 3 sacks. So if we're trying to find somebody that is the closest fit to Eric Fisher, it's this guy. And I think that nobody's looking at him. I think that everybody kind of got caught up in the Trent Williams sweepstakes and a few other guys, but he's still on the market, and no one's really looking at him. And the biggest reason why I think he'd be a good fit in Kansas City is he was on that Steelers offensive line, and he did protect Big Ben Roethlisberger, and I believe they dropped back in Pittsburgh like 80% of the time. So if he can protect Ben Roethlisberger, who cannot move at all, think about what he could do in an offense that has one of the most mobile, one of the most explosive quarterbacks that we've seen in the past 10 years. I mean, the possibilities are endless. He gave up 3 sacks last year to a quarterback that couldn't move, and he played more snaps than Eric Fisher. I mean, this is just, in my opinion, this is a win-win. I think that you go out and get Villanueva. He's a guy that could start week 1, and I think that injury problems really aren't a major concern when it comes to some of the other guys that we could get. So, in my opinion, if you're not going to get one in the draft, or even if you do get one in the draft a left tackle in the first or second rounds and have him sit behind Alejandro Villanueva. That would be, in my opinion, the perfect situation, because that way you get a guy that does not have to start day 1. I mean, I think that, I know Lucas Niang not opted out last year, but he would have been very good to serve behind Mitchell Schwartz at right tackle. I think that would have been a great situation for him to learn in, and I think that the Chiefs might take that same approach at the left tackle position. Because in my opinion, left tackle is the most important position on the offensive line. He's the blindside protector of the quarterback, and if you don't have a good left tackle, I mean, we saw it in that Super Bowl. I mean, Eric Fisher legitimately kept this offensive line somewhat intact. So I think that the left tackle position is important. The Chiefs have stated many times that they still are trying to find a veteran left tackle for this team. And they brought back Mike Remmers as a right tackle. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I'm not too keen about it, but I think that the Chiefs could go out and get somebody. Preferably it's Alejandro Villanueva, but I would not be against them drafting somebody as well. So Chiefs Kingdom, what do you guys think about these two players in the comments below? Like I said, I listed the reasons why we should get them and why we shouldn't. In my opinion, Okung just cannot stay healthy. I don't think that he would be a good option on this team. And I think that Villanueva would be. I think that he is ready to play. Like I said, nobody's really interested in him. It's so weird. No one is really giving him the look that he deserves, but he had a very good season last year. So if I'm the Chiefs, I am throwing out an offer to Villanueva. And if that happens, the Chiefs are going to have a very good offensive line next year. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram for more of the latest updates on future videos, as well as instant Chiefs news right after it happens. You can also support the channel via the Patreon, as well as buying merchandise from the KC Sports Report store on Teespring. The links to all of those websites will be in the description. You just listened to the KC Sports Report, presented by Michael Darcy.